Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. It is 4:55 p.m. and I will call the City of Homestead Community Redevelopment Agency meeting to order. This is a hybrid CRA meeting, which allows for the public to participate by calling in, Cisco WebEx, or physically appearing. Please note that due to COVID-19, there will be limited occupancy available in the council chambers. Face coverings must be worn by attendees at all times. In addition, the public will be subject to temperature checks and COVID screenings will be required. The meeting can also be viewed live on the City Access channel or City website at cityofhomestead.com. The City will be accepting public comments as part of the meeting, which can be emailed to public comments at cityofhomestead.com. Public comments are limited to 300 words per comment. Public comments on specific agenda items can be submitted by noon Monday, March 8th, and will be included in the minutes. Public comments may also be submitted up until 30 minutes after the end of the CRA meeting and will be included in the minutes. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Roth? Here. Board Member Bailey?
Here.
Board Member Shelley?
Here.
Board Member Fletcher?
Here.
Board Member Avila?
Here.
Vice Chairwoman Faircloth Staggers? Chairman Lozner?
Here. Are there any deletions or deferrals?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. First item, approval of the minutes of February 9th, 2021 CRA board meeting. Approval of minutes.
Move it.
A motion for approval.
Move it.
Moved by Councilman Roth.
Second.
Here in a second. Second by Councilman Avila. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? All right. Minutes carried. Your turn.
Mr. Mayor, tab 2 is a resolution of the Board of the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the allocation of Commercial Enhancement Grant Program funds, approving a grant agreement, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Ms. Driver?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Staff recommends the CRA Board approve a Commercial Enhancement Grant Award for Avocado Animal Hospital, LLC, for the maximum allowable amount of $25,000 for their new location at 426 North Chrome Avenue. This will require a matching 25% contribution by the applicant, and the improvements to be made include parking lot surface, replacement of the surrounding fence and gate, and exterior paint and stucco repair. On February 18th, the Southwest Advisory Committee recommended the approval of this grant to the board. Mayor? That's all, Mr. Chair.
I've lost audio.
I think you're back, Mayor.
I can hear you, Mr. Mayor.
We can hear you now.
Okay, there we go. All right, good. No, I couldn't hear you all. Okay. Thank you. Any questions or comments from council?
Move approval.
Moved by Board Member Fletcher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Avila. Is there anyone online or in the audience wishing to speak on behalf of this matter?
Nobody online, Mr.
No
Mayor.
one? Okay, no one in person?
Actually, Vanessa Madrid with calling tonight. I am here on behalf of the applicant and obviously very grateful for this opportunity to help reactivate this corridor and also help a local family business. So thank you for your support today.
Thank you. And again, we appreciate the commitment that this family has shown in staying at Homestead and expanding their services. All right, we'll close the public hearing. We have a motion and a second. There are no final comments. We need a roll call vote.
Board Member Fletcher,
Yes.
Board Member Shelley,
Yes.
Board Member Roth, Board Member Avila,
Yes.
Board Member Bailey,
Yes.
Chairman Losner.
Yes,
The motion carries.
thank you. Next item is tab 3, car number 3113, Commercial Enhancement Grant Award, Paramount Dance Studio, Inc. Mr. Attorney?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, tab number 3 is a resolution of the Board of the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the allocation of Commercial Enhancement Grant Program funds, approving a grant agreement, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Ms. Driver?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Staff recommends the CRA Board approve a Commercial Enhancement Grant Award for Paramount Dance Studios for the maximum allowable amount of $25,000. Paramount is located in the downtown district at 112 North Chrome Avenue, and this grant will require a 10% matching contribution by the applicant for improvements to the building that will include exterior signages for the front and back of the building. The Southwest Advisory Committee recommended approval of this grant application on February 18, 2021.
Thank you. All right. Any questions or comments from the board on this hearing?
One quick comment, Mayor.
Councilwoman?
Just a quick comment that I am so happy that these
Yeah.
two well-established businesses are doing so well and growing in Homestead. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely so. Any further questions or comments from council at this point? I had a couple of comments and concerns. Is anyone online or present for the applicant?
Yes, sir, the applicant is here, Leanna Reynolds.
Okay. Well, the one item that I noticed is that it's both front and rear lighted signage. And the rear lighted signage would be facing directly into the new and improved Losner Park. And my concern is whether or not that's an aesthetic we really want. That's going to have a certain nighttime ambiance and specialized lighting. And will a lighted sign on the rear of the building, my concern is that it might detract from that ambiance we're trying to create in the park and would tend to commercialize that space. I also have a concern, and I understand that it's not a requirement, is that the vendor that's been chosen is not a local sign company. And I know we have several qualified and incredible sign companies in Homestead. It may have been a price factor. I don't know, but I really would like to see, where possible, our allocations help not only this grantee, but those down the line in our community that are in this case, the business of manufacturing and installing signs. So if anyone has any thoughts on either one of those issues, I would welcome the comeback.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Yes, so right now we are looking at two different areas for our signage. The purpose for the reason for the signage in the back is because our main entrance for the dance studio is in the back. We're very conscious and aware of our age of students. They're from 3 to 18, and our most important thing is their safety, and we understand with Chrome, there's a lot of traffic, so that's the reason why we implemented the back being our main focal point for the dance studio. We're very open to the structure or the style of the signage. We're very community oriented. We want to make sure we're working with community. We're extremely excited about the park. So if the design that has been chosen thus far doesn't really work with the aesthetics of the park. We're very, very open to making sure that, we're working together as a community. We just want to be able to, showcase our name and let the parents see that this is where they're entering, have it a really nice entrance way for the establishment. Inside is gorgeous. We just haven't been able to financially afford the exterior beauty. So that's why we're hoping with this grant, we're able to really, spruce it up a little bit so that it's as eye-catching as hopefully the park will be as well. So we're very open to any ideas. Right now we do have it, the sign elevated on the canopy because I kind of got the inspiration from the Seminole Theater, how they have it like right on top of the canopy. It's very theatrical. We're also a part of the arts, so that's kind of where the idea came. But again, if it doesn't really work with the environment, we're definitely open to options and suggestions. As far as the other question, which was, sorry?
The
Oh,
vendor,
the local
your
vendor, yes. Okay, so I was born and raised in Miami. I saw a need in Homestead in 2006, so we definitely moved down here because we wanted to create more opportunity for minorities and for the youth for as far as arts. I'm not as familiar with vendors in Homestead. This vendor was recommended to me by my father, but it's nothing that was set in stone. We got the actual estimate 2 years ago. So he's not like a really close on our radar. If there's any recommendations, I can speak with Kamitra. We're very open to like supporting, our parents, our community. So if you do have somebody that's a local vendor that wants to give us a bid, we're definitely open to that. Nothing is set in stone, and we definitely will take that into consideration.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Totally understand all of your comments, and we as staff and elected officials are not permitted to recommend somebody to you, but the local vendors are not hard to find. Just the thought, and your sign is very artistic and unique and eye-catching.
Mayor, we lost you again. Can you hear us? Mayor, are you there? Councilman Fletcher, are you still on?
Yes, I'm still here. Not sure if you heard me, but yes, I am still here.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Until the mayor gets back on, I guess I'll take over the chairing of the meeting if you guys are okay with that. Were any questions left unanswered? I know the mayor had most of the questions, and until he gets back on, did you guys have, council members have any additional questions for the applicant? No? Do we have to open this up to the public hearing? Yes? Okay. Is there anybody on the here in the public that wishes to speak on this item, or that's online or on the phone?
Nobody online.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move it.
Moved by Councilman Roth. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Fletcher. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Bailey?
Yes.
Board Member Roth?
Yes.
Board Member Shelley?
Yes.
Board Member Avila?
Yes.
Board Member Fletcher?
Yes.
Chairman Losner? The motion carries.
Thank you. Any other items under this business or under the board agenda? Seeing none, I'll close the CRA and we'll resume the COW after the clerk resets the clock. Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, Mayor. Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, good.
We're ready to start the cow. We're ready on our end, if you are.
Thank you. Please reflect me as an approval vote on the Paramount Dance Studio. Well, I'll share my comments with the applicant later. Okay. So we are ready we'll call the City of Homestead Committee of the Whole meeting to order. Today is Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. It is 5:12 p.m. This is a hybrid meeting which allows for the public to participate by calling in, Cisco WebEx, or physically appearing. Please note that due to COVID-19, there will be limited occupancy available in the council chambers. Face coverings must be worn by attendees at all times. In addition, the public will be subject to temperature checks and COVID screenings will be required. The meeting can also be viewed live on the City Access channel or website at cityofhomestead.com. The city will be accepting public comments as part of the meeting, which can be emailed to public comments at cityofhomestead.com. Public comments are limited to 300 words per comment. Public comments on specific agenda items can be submitted by noon Monday, March 8th, and will be included in the minutes. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Avila?
Here.
Councilman Roth?
Here.
Councilman Fletcher?
Here.
Councilwoman Bailey?
Here.
Councilman Shelley?
Here.
Vice Mayor Faircloth Staggers? Mayor Losner?
Here. All right. Are there any deletions, additions, or deferrals?
No, Mayor.
All right. First item is approval of the February 9th, 2021 Committee of the Whole minutes. We have a
Move it.
motion to approve those minutes.
Move it.
Moved by Councilman Roth.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Avila. So moved and seconded. All in favor? Are there any nays? All right. Next item, tab 2. Our number is 3109, pre-application public hearing on application of DEO CDBG CV funds. Is that you, Madam Manager?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The State of Florida Department of Economic Opportunity, DEO, has announced the availability of CARES Act funds for Florida's entitlement communities. Funded through HUD, the City of Homestead's share of CARES Act funds is $502,061. These funds are in addition to current CARES Act funding allocated directly through HUD. To receive these additional DEO funds, the city must apply to DEO through their application portal. The city must also conduct a pre-application public hearing, submit a pre-application, conduct a second public hearing, and then submit a final application. Funding will most likely be under contract by the fall of 2021, and the contract will be between the state of Florida and the city. In addition to the city's current DEO allocation, the city will also apply for unmet needs beyond the $502,061 in the event that additional funds are available under the program. As part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Securities Act funds application process, the State of Florida Department of Economic Opportunity requires that the City of Homestead have a pre-application public hearing in order to allow the public to provide input as to how the CARES Act funds should be allocated. Staff recommends that the mayor and council commence the CARES Act funds pre-application public hearing now, and noting that CARES Act funds must be used for activities which prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus pandemic. Allowable activities may include direct assistance to businesses, meal delivery, grocery cards, rental and utility assistance to residents, similar public services, and public facilities engaged in managing the impacts of COVID-19.
Thank you. Any initial questions or comments from council? Okay. Is there anyone online or present wishing to speak on this matter?
Nobody online, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Well, then I'll close the public hearing and ask for someone in the room to propose some council direction to staff. You just need some consensus to move forward with the application process?
That's correct, Mayor, and then we would come back to you again with the proposed use of the funds.
All right, are there any opposed to that process?
No, but Mayor, if I may, I have one suggestion.
Sure, Councilwoman.
I would really like us to see about providing transportation to the vaccination sites. I know that a lot of our residents not only have an issue with transportation itself, but also scheduling the appointments. So if that's something that we can look into, we
Absolutely,
could
we can absolutely look into that. And I know that our consultant is online as well, and I'm assuming, Calvin, that is something that would be eligible if we included that.
Yeah, absolutely. Transportation would be eligible. Probably you would contract with a vendor to do that, or you might even be able to do reimbursement with a ride-sharing service or something like that. But yeah, that's certainly eligible.
Thank you, Calvin. Okay, we'll do.
Thank
Wonderful.
you. Thank you, Councilwoman. That's a real issue. I know I've had a lot of conversations with as we got our site up and running.
If there are no other comments, I'll move it.
All right, so it's just I guess an indication of a consensus to move forward. I don't hear anything contrary. Oh.
That's
You got
correct,
your
Mayor.
marching orders.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Mayor.
Tab 3. Motion to place car number 3111 on the agenda, the fiscal year 2019-2020 consolidated annual performance and evaluation report public hearing. Do we have a staff report on that?
Thank you, Mayor. The City of Homestead receives a Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, allocation each year from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. As a part of the allocation, the city is required at the end of each grant cycle to prepare a consolidated annual performance and evaluation report, the CAPER, and hold a public hearing for comments prior to submitting the report to HUD. Staff recommends that the mayor and council authorize the city manager to submit the fiscal year 2019-2020 consolidated annual performance report to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development as presented.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Okay, no initial comments. Is there anyone in chambers or online wishing to speak on this matter?
Seeing none online or in person, Mr. Mayor.
So we need a motion to place car number 3111 on the council agenda. We have a motion for approval?
Move it.
Move approval.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any nays? All right, we're going to skip for the moment to tab 5. I think we're going to, is this correct, Madam Manager? We're going to take as a group 5, 6, 7, and 8.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
And 9.
Yes.
5 through 9 as a consolidated item and then with separate votes.
Mr. Mayor, you skipped tab
Yes.
4.
We'll come back to
I
tab
know
4.
that. The manager asked me to come back to that in the interest that we may lose a quorum.
Mayor, I have an introduction to all 5 items, and then I'll read something that applies to all 5 items, and then I'll read each item. There are a total of 5 core items related to the renewal of the city's property insurance policies. The first 4 represent renewals and/or remarketing of the city's property insurance, which renews March 31st, 2021. This year, the city's property insurance policy, which excludes the power plant, police station, and city hall, was relatively the same in structure, with a 9.9% increase. The city's renewal plan for the power plant and substations remained with the same carrier, which had an increase of 14.7%. The only item in the quote for new property insurance is for the Cybrarium, which is $40,000, with the same carrier that has also provided a quote for the police station and city hall. I would like to let the council know that the city works with an independent consultant, which is Silver Insurance Consultants, to review and give advice on their insurance programs. And this year, Silver has advised the city of the following. And there's a copy of the letter included in your car items. But including the Cybrarium, the proposed total renewal premiums reflects an increase of 13.82% in premium, $157,563. The premium increase before adding coverage for the Cybrarium is 10.31%, $117,563. This renewal, in our opinion, is favorable in the current property insurance market in Florida. And now, Mayor, I'm just going to read two paragraphs that apply to all 5 of the items. For each of the 5 items, under Section 2-411B of the City Code, the City Council may waive competitive bidding for the insurance purchase transactions upon the finding by a 2/3 vote of those council members present that the waiver of formal competitive bidding is in the best interest of the city. And also, for each, the account balance in the self-insurance fund for the insurance premiums is sufficient for this item, for each item. Since the city is unable to contract with the carriers without a broker, the payment will be made to T.R. Jones, a division of Brown & Brown of Florida, for disbursement. And the first item, Mr. Mayor, is CAR 3120, purchase of property insurance for city-owned property, excluding City Hall, Police Station, Power Plant, and Substation. This renewal quote has a primary limit of $10 million shared between Westchester and Access Surplus Lines insurance companies. Landmark will provide $10 million in excess over the primary limit, plus the remaining total insured value of $55,385,499, excluding wind. The policy structure will provide $20 million of wind coverage in the primary and secondary layers. This renewal resulted in a 9.9% increase due to delayed loss recognition from the hurricanes of 2017 and 2018. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase commercial property insurance coverage for the policy term of 3/31/21 to 3/31/22 for city-owned property, excluding City Hall, Police Station, Power Plant, and substations, for $657,623. And
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? All right. Is there anyone online or in person wishing to speak on this matter?
None online, Mr. Mayor, or in person.
Thank you. We'll close the public hearing, and I need a motion to place this item on the council agenda, purchase of property insurance for city-owned property with the exclusions stated. Do you have a motion?
I'll move it.
Moved by Councilman Fletcher.
Second.
I'll second. Okay. Second by Councilman Roth. All in favor? Are there any nays? Next item, tab 6, motion to place car number 3121 on council agenda. Purchase of property insurance for the power plant and substations.
Mayor, this renewal quote represents an increase of 14.7% over the expiring policy term. The proposal provided other options that afforded a savings of $32,352 in premium, but the city's independent consultant did not recommend choosing that option because the reduction in the policy limits for wind would be significant versus the reduction in cost. Staff is also not recommending that as well. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase commercial property insurance coverage with Ace Energy for $316,952 and the boiler machinery insurance with Federal Insurance Company, Chubb, for $108,364 for the policy term of 3/31/21 to 3/31/22.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Is there anyone online or in the council chambers wishing to speak on this matter?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. All right, I'll close the public hearing and entertain a motion to place car number 3121 on the agenda, purchase of property insurance for the power plant and substations.
Move approval.
Moved by Councilman Fletcher.
Second.
Second by, I think that was, which councilwoman was that?
Bailey.
Thank you, I thought so. I didn't want to fall into that trap. All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Are there any nays? Next item, tab 7, motion to place car number 3122 on the agenda. Council agenda, purchase property insurance for City Hall and a police station.
The previous carrier, ICAT, was unable to provide more than $25 million in property coverage, so the city's broker went out to market and secured a quote with an increase in premium of 13.8% over the expiring premium. Arrowhead General Insurance Agency is the program manager for Princeton Excess and Surplus Lines Insurance Company. Underwriters at Lloyd's of London, General Security Indemnity Company of AZ, Starstone Specialty Insurance Company, and Steadfast Insurance Company. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase commercial property insurance coverage for City Hall and the police station for the term of 3/31/21 to 3/31/22 with Arrowhead for $125,920.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? All right, I'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone online wishing to speak on this matter or in person?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Close the public hearing and entertain a motion to place car number 3122 on the council agenda, purchase property insurance for City Hall and Police Station. Have a motion for approval.
Move approval.
Moved by Councilman Fletcher.
Second.
I'll second it. All right. All in favor? Are there any nays? All right. Tab 8. Motion to place car number 3124 on the council agenda, purchase of terrorism insurance.
This renewal quote is the same as expiring with no increase. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to renew the terrorism policy with Hiscox for the policy term of 3/31/21 to 3/31/22 for a premium of $48,969.
Thank you. Is there anyone wishing to speak on this matter?
No public comments.
Thank you. All right, we'll close public hearing. Do we have a motion to approve the placement of car number 3124 on the council agenda?
Move it.
Move approval.
All right. I think I heard Councilman Shelley move it. Councilman Fletcher, will you be the second? All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Aye. Any nays? And finally, motion to place car number 3126 on the council agenda, purchase of property insurance for the librarian.
This is a new policy for a total insured value of $13,786,541 with the 3% named storm deductible as per the quote, with the other deductibles of $25,000 for windstorm, hail, and earthquake, and $10,000 for all other perils. Arrowhead General Insurance Agency is the program manager for Princeton Excess and Surplus Lines Insurance Company. Underwriters at Lloyd's of London, General Security Indemnity Company of AZ, Starstone Specialty Insurance Company, and Steadfast Insurance Company. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase commercial property insurance coverage for the librarian for the term of 3/31/21 to 3/31/22 from Arrowhead for $40,000.
All right. Any questions or comments from council, or is there anyone online or in the chambers wishing to speak on this matter? Entertain a motion to place car number 3126 on the council agenda, purchase of property insurance for the librarian.
Move approval.
Moved by Councilman Fletcher.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bailey. All in favor? Aye. Does anyone wish to be recorded as a nay? All right, motion carries. I understand we're about to lose our quorum. In that regard, is there anything that we may not get to that's time sensitive that would require a meeting prior to, I guess, tacking this on to a time prior to our next council meeting, Madam Manager?
I don't believe so. Just give me 1 minute, Mayor. We had a couple of discussions, but Mayor, everything that we have now, we could bring directly to council.
Okay, very good. So we don't need to have a pre-council COW meeting or anything standalone prior to that?
No, Mayor, we do not.
All right, so I understand as we're about to lose our quorum. Do we have if there's nothing further, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Mayor, if I could interject just real quickly, because
Yes.
I'd like to get an executive session for next week if I could, so if I can announce it now. It's Padilla v. City of Homestead, Miami-Dade Circuit Court, case number 2021-002206. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Roth. I heard a second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you all. Good night.